What's up, guys? Dennis here. Have another topic today. I've really been noticing recently how no one really knows what's going on in AI right now. Like, everyone I talk to has no idea of the things that are going on in the tech industry at this moment. No one knows what the Perplexity supercomputer is. No one knows the skills that are available in cloud cowork now for every single industry on the planet. And no one knows about the OpenClaw copies such as MaxClaw now. So basically, an OpenClaw that is being run through the cloud, which makes setup 10 times easier. So now, if you wanted to make a business setting up OpenClaw for someone, like that business is just done now because people can just basically use MaxClaw or another version of it to set up OpenClaw for themselves in 10 seconds. So then it takes away the barrier of entry. And just all this is going on, and no one has any idea except for maybe like the 1% of the world that actually follows news on Twitter and is actually going through it and seeing what's going on every single day. And talking to a few different people, some very successful people, they also have no idea. They think AI is magic. For example, my friend works for this pretty successful guy, runs a few different companies. He asked my friend to generate like an image using AI. And of course, my friend has put it into ChatGPT or Grok, whatever it was, and it outputted the image. He showed it to this guy, and then this guy is like, dude, you're a wizard. Like, you're doing wizardry right now. And it's like, as someone who has used AI extensively, using all the tools, like you hear this and you're like, what? Like, this is crazy, right? Because for me, like the past few years, like whether it was helping me study, whether it was me just researching new topics, like AI has become an integral part of my life and how I do work. And so when I hear someone who has no idea of what's going on, it does blow my mind a little bit. But I will say though, in that there is an opportunity, there is a way to exploit that. If you're someone who knows AI and knows how these tools function and work, there is still a chance for you to bring those skills to someone who has no idea what's going on, especially if this someone either has a successful business or is a very busy person who runs a few different companies, or someone who has a big network and knows a lot of people. Even though these tools are becoming easier to use, like I said, with OpenClaw, and now you have MaxClaw, which uses Minimax M2.5, that pretty sick Chinese model. Like, I think that there's still a chance for us to bring our skills to these people and find a way to sort of insert ourselves into their workflow and how they do business. So I think that's really my plan going forward. Again, this is almost all day by day right now. Like every single day, something is changing, and it's really hard to keep up with one plan. So I think you just have to be adaptable, have to be flexible, have to be able to sort of read the scenario, read what's going on in the world really quickly, and then change course if needed. Because a few days ago, I was like, hey, like, I think I'm just going to coast. I'm just going to set up OpenCloud personal assistance for people for high ticket clients, and then I'll be set. But now it's like with MaxClaw, which makes this 10 times easier. Of course, these people don't really know about these tools yet. But I'm just saying that it's like, let's say you set up MaxClaw for someone. Like, the barrier eventually there is quite simple. It doesn't take a lot of effort, which is why I am a bit unsure now of what to do exactly. But like I said, I still think that there's still a chance. There's still a way to sort of insert yourself and to support these businesses. Because right now, creating a business starting something right now is really daunting because, again, like I said, you have no idea what's happening. You have no idea if the next feature that Claude puts out is going to destroy your whole entire business and cause you to pivot in a whole different direction. So I think the way to go right now, personally, just from my experience talking to these people who are 40, 50 years old, who are quite successful and have no idea what's going on in the tech space right now, I think that this is the way to go, is just to act as a support. Find a way to sort of leverage these tools, be able to show the output that you're able to do with Perplexity Computer, with Claude Cowork, with whatever claw you choose to use, whatever AI assistant you choose to make. Show how you can bring them revenue, show them how you can save them time, and time is money for them. And these people generally have big egos. And so if you're able to be like, hey, like, how much is your time worth? Let's say like checking emails, checking status updates, reading the news, this one workflow for you that's really annoying and tedious. Let's say that's all, like, maybe that's 5 hours a week for you, but in a month that's 25 hours. How much is your time worth? Maybe like they might say like $100 an hour. They might say 1,000, right? This is where the value really comes from, is that you're able to save them time, and then for them, time is money. So to conclude this video, or last few points here, is that most people have no idea what's going on in the world right now in tech. And if you're someone who knows and can leverage these tools effectively, know how to use these tools to operate and automate certain workflows for people on a case by case basis, ideally for high ticket clients. And in this way, you're supporting an existing business rather than creating a new one. Because, as I said, creating a new one is super risky right now because you just have no idea what's going to happen, because any of these three big companies could literally blow your whole thing out of the water. One example of this, which I'll make a video on, is that there is a company called, I think, Second Brain, where basically you can put in your YouTube videos, put in PDFs, articles, and basically have AI be able to interact with these information. I was able to just use my OpenClaw agent to vibe code a more basic version of that for my own personal use. I'll show that in a later video. But like, you can replicate all of these SaaS products nowadays with just basic knowledge of how to use these tools. And so that really, I think, makes the point clear, is that right now, if you're in tech, if you're in AI and you want to keep working in this space, you have to accept and embrace the role of being a support for an existing business. And I think that is the way to go. We'll see what happens. That's just from my own personal experience. So this is just what I've noticed. And, this is the window of opportunity that a lot of people have. And you sort of just need to know how to execute it correctly and to game plan everything. Because the problem that I'm struggling with right now is that there are so many tools out there. I have no idea what to use. We'll see how things keep advancing. Again, future is super uncertain. This is just my personal take. So I think, yeah, that's about it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.